Alright, before you even think about doing this job, disconnect the negative terminal on your battery, the electronics and the climate control, everything from the dash module to the fan to the compressor is extremely sensitive. More sensitive than I've seen in any other vehicles except for maybe Audi. But make sure you disconnect that. Negative side, I've always been taught, is better. As you reconnect it, any spark should go to ground. But there you go. Disconnect that first, and then you're set to go. Let's go back up front. Alright. Today I'm going to be replacing the blower motor on the wife's XC90. Most of you might know this symptom by when you go to turn on your fan, you don't hear it running. It's located on the passenger side underneath the glove box, but what you'll hear is the relays and servos opening up for the vent system, but nothing in the fan. I've been keeping this one alive for a couple of weeks now by periodically coming up under here and spraying it down with or blowing some silicone spray or WD-40 just to lubricate those bearings. But after 10 years, I think the fan has finally given up. So the first thing we want to do is remove this side panel here, and this just pops out. Alright, and this has two screws, which I've already removed. It should just pop out. And then what we have, maybe kind of dark, but here is what we're getting after. So we'll go ahead . Remove that Molex plug. Let's fold our carpet back. Alright, I went ahead and took the glove compartment out and that lower shield, and I bent the carpet back. This is all foam, so you'll inevitably crack it towards that end. That's okay, because once you put it back in there, it'll seal just fine. Alternatively, you can take this front passenger seat out and fold it completely out of the way, but that's just a little excessive. So what you want to do, there are 4 T25 bolts holding holding the housing, the fan housing in. So I took this wire bundle and moved it out of the way. It had a zip tie holding it over here. Here's one right here, and then the other one that is going to have to be broken unless you want to take the dash out is, let's see, I don't know if you can see it, not that closest one to us, but it's just in the back there. You can't really see it. But that's 2. And the other one this is not a lot of space. The other one, there's 3 and 4. It's right back. 4 right there. So take these front 3 out and the one back here, you just break the tab off. You see how it's it has a tab holding the housing in. Once we get these three out and that tab broken, we can pull the housing down. What I like to do is check that third tab. And if that third tab is intact, you pretty much know that one, you have the original fan, or a real professional took the dash out and replaced it properly. The way they designed it is right up against the firewall. You can't get to it unless you take the dash out and take this HVAC unit out and flip it over and unscrew it. So breaking it is okay. It'll seal just fine, but it's just one of those things. So this is your drain tube right here. I'm going to take it off just so it's one more thing out of the way. And before we're done, we'll blow some compressed air through there and make sure it's not clogged up. Let me get these fasteners out and I'll bring you back. Here we go with the fan out. Once I remove those screws, the bottom part of the fan that you're looking at here is just a cover. It comes off with, where is it? There is one T25 bolt here that you'll need to take out before you're moving the fan. Sorry, I forgot to spot that one. But all in all, you have 4 bolts, 4 T25 fasteners that you will be taking out. So this is what you see when you look under the dash, this part right here. You undo the Molex, and the tab that you have to break, so if you look on the other side towards the passenger door, you will see this guy right here. This is your closest T25 that you can get out. The one in the back is the one you have to break off, and we'll jump up under there and take a look. That guy right back there. So this is your closest one that you can get out, and that is the one you have to break. But once you remove it, once you remove the fan, it's pretty easy, or at least straightforward enough that the rest of it's just reassembly. So this should pop right off. There we go. Set that aside. And here, right underneath here, you have your blower motor resistor. Now you can replace it if you want. It's typically a good idea to replace it if you go as far as removing the dash. But since we already broke that tab, if this decides to set a code and go out on us, then we can easily replace it. But right now we're just replacing the fan motor. To do that, you're going to want to come back here, unplug this Molex, which may be hard to do with one hand. Maybe too much. No. Alright, I'm going to set you down. I'll be right back. Okay, after I got that Molex plug undone, you've got 2 T25 fasteners up here. Just remove those. Set those in a safe location. And it should, if we're lucky, probably not that lucky. Nope. I may have to coax this thing out of there. Be real careful of these grommets. You don't want to lose them. And they kind of help with the vibration. You don't want to be buying a new housing. Okay. Let's get the other side. And all I'm doing is inserting this and just twisting. Now, hopefully, come out. This is not as easy as it seems with one hand. There we go. There we go. And then just slide the plug through there, and then take your housing off. Looks okay, at least the rubber grommets look good. So I'll just set that in a safe location. And now you've got the old fan. As you can see, some of the bearing material coming off on there. Yeah. Bosch. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Let's see what our new part is. The new one came with a squirrel cage, the plastic fan part. And this is a Behr part. Interesting. Alright. Reassembly is the reverse of disassembly. Always hated that in manuals. Gonna want to feed this up. You want the cable coming up through this side where your Molex connector for the fan is. See if I can make this happen with one hand. Alright, after I set the camera down, use two hands, work like a champ. So now all you need to do, just make sure your cables are not binding in there. And slide this down. You want to make sure that the holes are going to line up in there. Well, I'm going to put you down while I line the holes up. As you see, this one's lining up, this one's really not, so I'm going to get that as straight as I can. Alright, that's what you're looking for when you line them up. So that way it's just a straight shot. With the fastener. Okay. You don't have to kill it. In fact, that might be too much with the grommet sticking out. This side's good. And once you have that done, take your Molex connector, plug it back in. And now you're just ready to reassemble it. Joy. Crawl back up under there and make this happen. I'll be right back with you. Reinstall. I don't want it to film this part. Once you get your fan fasteners in, take your wiring and make sure it's routed down in this groove. And you just take your housing, your lower housing, and pop that back on. Okay, now it's ready. Alright, I'll see you here in a bit. Alright, so the more I thought about it, at that last clip, the more I thought it would be good to replace the blower motor control or power supply, or you may see it listed as blower motor resistor. Typically these resistors or power supplies should be replaced with the new fan. And the more reviews I read online and going through Vetus, they recommended the same thing. So here I am, about a week later, with the new part. There is the part number. And this one I believe I bought from fcpgroton.com. But there are two fasteners, T20s, right? One right there, one right there. Once I get those out, this will pull out and I'll put the new part in. Let me get that done, I'll bring you right back. Alright, those two fasteners are out. I don't have my tripod with me, so it's a little difficult, but once you get that out, it should just push out from the bottom. Okay. There is the old one. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it says original. Volvo right there. Very cool. Alright. Now, you'll notice your new one will come in a anti-static bag. That's because these components, like, God forbid, are like PC components. Highly susceptible to static charge or voltage spikes. So, take precaution. Make sure you're not, rubbing a balloon on your head or wearing socks and walking across the carpet before you do this. But try to ground yourself some way. But once you take this out, it's pretty much foolproof to get it done. You've got different size connectors here, and they correspond to the different holes right there. Now this thing actually, if I was understanding the documentation right in Vetus, Volvo's application, it will take the digital signal from the climate control module and convert it into analog for the fan, while at the same time allowing for infinite power degrees for fan adjustments. And that partially comes into play when you shut your vehicle off and you hear the fan running. It's going to do that to keep moisture out of the air ducts and out of the HVAC system. So this the CCM, or excuse me, the climate control module will regulate the fan speed at a low speed or high speed, just depending on how humid it is in your area. But long story short, go ahead and spend the extra money since you've got it pulled apart this far, and replace this guy. It's a peace of mind, and not too expensive considering the time it would take you to take it out again, or worst case, if it fails and blows your climate control module in the dash or your new fan. Alright, I'm going to get this put back together. You got two fasteners. You don't have to kill them, just snug them down. I'm going to put the fan back on and then get it mounted up under the dash. Alright, we'll see here in a minute. Okay. Once you have it reinstalled up under there, it is kind of a bear, some of the fasteners and tabs to get to, but just keep at it, you'll be good. Go ahead and reconnect the Molex connector right here, and let's go reconnect our battery and make sure it works. Alright, sorry about that. Battery ran out on the camera, so I went ahead and put everything back together. But once you reconnect the battery, come in, try your fan. And it should work perfectly for you. Don't be afraid to, before you mount the fan up under there, to connect the power to the fan while it's sitting on the floor, and then slowly increase the speed and make sure your fan is working properly. Once that's done, what is up with this camera? There we go. Once you're happy with it working, go ahead and just install it. You may find, I hit this once when I was reinstalling it, if you don't have it aligned perfectly, let's say you have one torque screw out, and you think, oh, no big deal. You come in, you try to turn it on, and it doesn't come on. That means the fan's in a bind. The system won't run it. So just make sure you have that fan aligned up in there, and you put all four fasteners back in there, and you should be good. There you go. I hope this helped somebody. This shouldn't take more than maybe an hour, 2 hours, just depending on how long you want to take on it. But I think without videoing, I probably had a good hour and a half into this, and then of course the time waiting for the parts. But post some comments if you have any questions. Let me know. Thanks for watching.